like the final mission is, all right, private. You got to get in your car and you got to go 80 miles per hour in the 405. Yeah. Good luck.
Because
I'm like, yes, sir. And I'm like going to my car, dropping my keys.
Yeah.
Like driving the wrong way on the one way. Blasting cigs with the heater up, and it's 86 degrees outside.
Hell yeah.
But I can't figure out how to make it cold.
Yeah. And then the Star Fox, the Star Fox like frog comes on the screen and goes, "Private, you just passed a cop. You're gonna have to kill him. There's a gun in the glove department."
Yes, sir.
That's the best thing. That is the best thing.
He blows that up like Fargo.
Every night you go drinking, it's like playing like Dark Souls or something. Like there's a boss, but you don't know what it's going to be.
Yes. It's like the stakes of drinking are so high.
Like
you could end up fucking a beautiful woman, or you could end up in prison.
Yeah.
You
can, and you don't know because you can like literally be like the night's going, and then you walk into a room, you're talking to a lady, you go, "Oh my." But final boss tonight is fucking this lady really badly with my soft, limp penis.
Or is it?
Or is it? Maybe it's fighting that black guy over there. You never know.
Yeah. It's kind of like every day you respawn. New like Call of Duty or whatever.
You are spawning.
Sometimes you get shot right in the head. You go, "Fuck! These kids are good."
Yeah. Oh, I blacked out in Queens, and I woke up 2 days later.
Yeah.
I miss opening the door to my bedroom, and it's completely dark, and just a soft, like ray of light just falls on my sleeping wife, and I'm just grinning. Like standing there in the dark like a psychopath.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at her. She's none the wiser. Little does she know I had 33 beers tonight.
And
little does she know.
And every day passes, and you go. "I'm gonna go hang out with my friends again tonight." And you're like, "You're not gonna say anything? You don't have a problem with this?" You're like, "Well, all right. I mean, I'm killing myself."
You at one point have to sit your wife down and be like, "Listen, I have an issue with you not having a problem with what I'm doing. Do you like?
You should have more respect for yourself.
Do you even love me at this point?
Yeah.
That you want me to like kill myself?
I'm afraid you don't even love yourself.
I know. And then you think you're getting away with it. You come back like late at night, and you're like, "He has no idea." And then her POV, you're like kicking over like lamps and shit. Like somehow kicking a fucking like lamp out the window.
Yeah.
And breaking.
You're kind of like resentful of them. They're like, "Yeah, no, I don't. Just as long as you Uber home." And you're like, "All right. I mean, it's pretty bad for my insides too. I mean, you could care about that a little bit. Maybe try and stop me."
Yeah, I could die 30 years before you, and then you fuck some old weird guy.
Yeah, I mean,
But you don't give a shit.
Obviously, you want to leave me.
You're a bitch, and you want me to die. So I'm gonna go drink because I feel really bad about that.
It rules just like crawling into bed like a fucking skunk. like a skunk, like some or like a cephalopod, like some strange like centipede or slug or some crazy shit, and then just turning over and looking at them. And being like, they gotta wake up in 3 hours for work like a fucking sucker.
Yeah.
What a sucker. And you just look at them and you're like, they're probably jealous. And you go, "I know what's gonna fix this." And you lean over as they're sleeping and you go, just one on the back of the head like an asshole.
Yeah. Wake her up.
I love you.
Because you go too far and just headbutt her in the back of the head.
See, the problem is there's so many guys that are scumbags. Is every single one of your friends is like cheating on their girlfriend that night or like doing something and you're just like, "I'm just having a good day."
Right. You're just slowly killing the love she has inside of her heart.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. I'm doing it slowly.
Yeah.
But you always
like a man.
But you compare yourself to the most evil piece of shit you know.
Yeah.
You go, I'm not that evil piece of shit that like gaslights people and manipulates them.
Like I didn't cheat on my girlfriend. I hit a dog on the way home. And then I panicked and I backed over the dog to make sure it was dead. And then realized I didn't actually hit it the first time. I just stopped, thought I hit it, and then I hit it and killed it. Backing up, which was the first time I hit it.
No, babe, listen, I left before they were rifling through alleyways and killing homeless people.
Didn't it roll back in the day to think you were being responsible by sleeping in your car? You're like, you're like, "Guys, I'm gonna do the right thing tonight. I'm gonna sleep outside."
Yeah. And knowing way too much about how to get a DUI Where you go, guys, don't worry. I put the keys on the if it's on the back tire,
Right.
it's totally fine.
I think I learned it had to be like 15. The key can't be inside the vehicle. It's to be like 15 feet away from
They
the
have different rules depending on the color
Yeah.
of your skin. It really depends. White guys, you can drive at home.
Yeah. That's police academy is like, there's police academy where like one class is like how to arrest white people.
Mm-hmm.
How to arrest brown people.
Yeah. How to arrest white people. They hand you the textbook and it's 2 pages long. It's a pamphlet.
In most cases, you're going to want to not do that. In most cases, it's no.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can, but what's the point, really?
But anyway, I didn't want to make everything racial all of a sudden.
Yeah. My favorite part of drinking was when you suddenly were taken out of commission, when you just have to pull the ripcord and you're done for the night. Where you just get so blotto, you start to get the spins, and you just have to like go into a dark room and just like go through hell while your friends have fun in the next room over.
Usually it's like always like your birthday. You pass out at like 9. All your friends just have fun without you.
Yeah. You're throwing up in a tub and they're just staring at you and laughing. Yeah.
Would you guys get pissed at me if I relapsed in the delivery room? Because it would kind of be awesome about that. Like, you admit it. It would be kind of
pretty fun to film, dude.
Yeah.
Like
it would be funny if like right as the baby's like passing out of your wife's pussy, she just hears you're just cracking an old Milwaukee.
No, imagine my wife comes out of her like weird epidural haze, right? And she looks, and the man, the love of her life, is playing PlayStation on that TV in the corner of the room, and I just turn back and I look at her and I go, crack, and I just hold eye contact with her and just drink a Miller Lite.
You go, I got you trapped now, bitch.
Flip her off.
Flip her off. I own the paychecks. You literally cannot survive without me, and we have a kid. So
you're stuck with this until college.
This was all a scheme. This wasn't growth. It was tricking you.
Welcome to the next 18 years of your life, bitch.
If you run away, our child will starve to death. Fuck you. And then she looks over. You put the needle from the drip thing into your own leg to get fucked up.
Oh, the epidural?
Yeah, you stole the epidural from your wife. And you stuck it in your leg, and you didn't even hit a vein, so you're just getting edema in your foot. Yeah. That'd be tight as hell, dude.
I'm gonna be in the room over hitting on a woman giving birth. Because I'm a day player. Yeah. So I'm going from room to room. A woman's in the most pain she's ever been in. She's half crowning. She's like 15 centimeters dilated somehow. I'm just like,
But you're like, she's already kind of losing weight.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be like, it's because your pussy's so tight. That's why it's so hard right now.
You go, it's a race, sweetheart. Whoever deflates quickest, I'm leaving with.
I go to the doctors. I'm like, who was too tight that the baby wouldn't come out? I'm like, oh, room 7. Room 7 had to have an emergency cesarean section. I'm like, nice.
Is that the Asian room?
Did the doctor run on her tight ass pussy? Couldn't give birth.
Part of me feel like Asians, they like regurgitate their babies like they're big eggs coming out of a snake's mouth. Like when a snake rejects something that it's swallowed. Like they go like a Japanese woman goes whoop, 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 and it moves up her throat.
Yeah,
she unhinges her jaw like a water moccasin or like a rattlesnake or something.
Yeah.
And then it's just a big egg.
And then they crack the human egg and they throw it in some fried rice.
Yeah, Asian women don't give birth. There's just one giant Asian woman who births all the eggs that they hatch out of, like fucking Alien.
I'm gonna have to man up in the delivery room because it's happening in like a week, and I'm like not ready for it because
the baby might be here by the time you guys are watching this episode.
Dude, apparently the women like shit themselves. They pee everywhere.
You should really freak out about that.
Katie's worried that I'm just gonna be laughing the whole time because she's gonna keep shitting herself and stuff. And like I'm gonna be like, I'm laughing like Peter Griffin the whole time.
Freaking sweet. Taking pictures of her shit and showing it to her.
One of the nurses is gonna pull me aside at one point and be like, "Hey, look, I never do this, but what is wrong with you?"
Yeah. Hey, listen, you can't vape in here. And stop playing.
I'm doing vape tricks.
Stop doing vape tricks around the baby's crowning head. You're blowing a ring and pushing it over the baby.
Dude, so our sister told me that one of the doctors told her in the hospital that they came in the room and the baby was like an hour old. Is that what you say, an hour old?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're a cocksucker, yeah.
Yeah.
One of those people's like, my baby's actually 17 months.
The baby was...
Nobody cares anymore. We hope it dies.
Nobody cares. It's not even a thing till it's like 4 or 5.
And it's ugly.
Yeah.
The baby was like an hour old, and the nurse came in and like had to hit a spoon out of the mom's hand because her and the husband were trying to give the baby honey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say smoking crack.
I did too. Yeah, because it was a flaming hot spoon. They were shooting the baby up an hour in.
Well, I didn't know this, honestly. I'm an idiot. I didn't know you couldn't give the baby water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just,
You would have given a baby
alone
like
in
a
the
glass of
wilderness,
water.
I would have been like, fucking, we don't have baby food. I don't know. Fucking give it some water.
some
I
water.
thought it's life sustenance.
I do not like being around little babies at all. It actually really freaks me out. I was thinking about on the drive here, like the first time I'm going to hold your daughter, I'm going to just be full of like, literally like, what if I'm holding the baby and it just explodes or something, and then it's my fault,
Yeah.
Well, I blame you forever and hold it against you.
We can still do the
Kick you
podcast
off
though,
the
right?
podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't even know if you want to see the baby for like the first couple days. Apparently, it's born with a cone head.
Yeah.
Because the baby, the head it comes out like the shape of a turd.
Yeah, they come
so
out
it can
like-
come out of the pussy,
Yeah. Their heads get smushed when they come out of the fucking pelvis.
and then it like you push it.
How does it
It's like Play-Doh. You push it back.
How does it not press that part that could kill them? Like, how does the pussy not kill the kid?
Well, I think that part's on the top, so it passes,
passes
right, through.
right through.
Yeah, I don't know.
God is an amazing, amazing guy.
Yeah. What if you're like, the baby's crying, you're like, what's this? And you just push the top of its head right now. You're like, well, it's dead now. Like you're just turning off an Xbox. Yeah, no, it really does freak me out. And I've seen, like, it's always funny when somebody just gives birth and they're like, oh, look at the baby. And you're like, that's the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Dude, supposedly they're really ugly when
I
they're.
mean, they all look the same to me.
Yeah.
I really don't.
They look
They're
fucking,
like elderly Asian.
they look like
Yeah.
obese, like Mongolian people. They look terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got outfits ready for the baby. I got a bunch of outfits.
Yeah, what do you
Last night
got?
on Amazon.
You got it like a frog hat, right?
Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe. The
In
good
preparation of January 6th.
That's right.
You got a Blue Lives Matter pacifier.
Yeah. Little Punisher stroller.
Yeah. You got a shirt of the blue M&M as a cop saluting the flag.
I got her a Fisher Price vape. Baby's first vape.
You called Fisher Price. You go, do you have like a baby's first Capitol riot set? Like a big plastic Capitol she can like raid?
Little gates for her to climb.
Yeah, I'll buy the Nancy Pelosi desk extension so she can take a shit on it.
God, we were saying it the other day, but I hope to God there's another January 6th. Or someone got us kicked off.
Am I